From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free. MSC, can't you see bloodshed?
MSC, can't you see bloodshed?
Hi, my name's Adam. I'm the owner of the Glenwood Bakery, our shops. I've divested of any Israeli products and Israeli associated products. No Coca-Cola, no Clover, no MSC shipping, though I don't know about that. And yeah, we very much against the horror that's taking place in Palestine. And I'd like to apologise because my ancestors started it with the Balfour Declaration.
What's your message to the Palestinian people?
Hope. Despair. We're with you, but what message can I give people who are starving and being shot? Just my heart.
Comrades, thank you for assembling here today. Today is Global Day of Action for Palestine. And I think for the last 23 months, all of you have noticed the bloodshed and the genocide. And what right now is very disturbing is there's a war on hunger. There's a war on starvation. And so remember, we are not permitted to be assembling here today. But because we are defiant, we are human rights activists, and we take law in our hand when it comes to these types of incidents where we need to protest and let the stakeholders like MSC, our government, and all relevant departments, they need to be on board with the South African government who has taken Israel to the International Court of Justice. And because of that, you as South African citizens have an obligation. And that obligation is to stand up for the rights of the people of Palestine. The people of Palestine need South Africans more than anybody else because we were once an apartheid country and we ourselves have stood up and defied all odds to be where we are in a democratic state. And being democratic, this is our right. This is our right. So what is going to happen if and when the police comes here? We will have to be moved across the street. Our assembly is only 15 people on one side of the street at one time. So I want you all to have no fear because this is organized by the South Africa-Palestine movement. And we will take full responsibility of anything that transpires here today. We also have a letter for MSC because of them being complicit in the genocide. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to sloganize, and we want to ask everybody that hear us, see us, that we want them to open humanitarian aid into Gaza. And if humanitarian aid goes into Gaza, we will be able to save hundreds and thousands of lives. So please remember, you are acting as a human rights activist, and your right is to stand up for truth. Your right is to stand up for justice. Your right is your right to do the right thing, and that is to be on the right side of history. Thank you, and hopefully we will continue with our slogans. And in the last 15 minutes, we have a letter that we have written to MSC, signed by many partners and endorsed, and hopefully we will be able to give a strong message to all complicit businesses and partners to boycott, divest, and sanction against them. Thank you.
From the river to the sea,
From the river to the sea,
Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
To a Mediterranean Shipping Company.
You cannot claim neutrality, MSC's direct role in aiding genocide through shipping operations to Israel. To whom it concerned, we stand before you today on South African soil, soil that still bears the scars of apartheid, a nation once strangled by an illegitimate regime that relied on corporate enablers to survive, a system that was weakened and ultimately brought to its knees not only by protest and sacrifice, but by the economic isolation imposed on those who profited from human suffering. Today, we confront MSC for repeating that same betrayal. Just as arms and materials were once shipped into apartheid South Africa under the guise of business as usual, your ships are now docked at Israeli ports, Ashdod, Haifa, Eilat, under the false pretense of neutrality. But there is no neutrality when one side is committing genocide and the other is being buried under the rubble. Every container you deliver is complicit in the death of a child. Every port call is soaked in the blood of Gaza. MSC is not an observer. MSC is an active participant. The world sees your routes, your ships, your silence, and we will not allow you to continue unchecked. Confirmed MSC vessels and port calls. MSC Jade docked at Ashdod in late July 2025. MSC Paulina docked at Ashdod on 15th July 2025 and departed on 16th July 2025. MSC Tuxpan docked at Haifa in late July 2025. MSC Edith II is scheduled to arrive at Haifa on the 29th of July 2025. MSC ANS docked at Haifa on 24th July and departed on the 25th of July 2025. This list is only a fraction of the evidence. These are not historical records. These are current facts. MSC has not only refused to cease operations, it continues to strengthen Israel's capacity to carry out a mass killing campaign. While hospitals are bombed and mass graves are dug, MSC is unloading cargo at Israeli docks. We demand the following with immediate effect: the full suspension of all MSC operations to Ashdod, Haifa, and Eilat, public release of all shipping manifests, consignees, and cargo details from October 2023 to present, a binding corporate declaration that MSC will not operate in or enable any regime accused of genocide, apartheid, or war crimes, an independent third-party audit into MSC's shipments and port activity to determine the extent of its complicity under international humanitarian law. These are not requests. These are obligations in the face of genocide. Let us be clear. If MSC continues to ignore these demands, your brand will be publicly exposed as a willing agent of a genocidal regime. Your ships will not be welcomed, your complicity will be documented, and just as the world remembers the names of companies that aided apartheid South Africa, it will remember yours. The same international community that once stood with South Africa now stands with Palestine. The tide is turning. There is no safe harbor for those who profit from mass death. Choose your side, end your involvement. The time for evasion is over. We expect your formal public response with 14 days. Signed, South Africa Palestine Movement and Solidarity Partners. Thank you.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine!
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So today we have mobilized here outside MSC Durban, South Africa, and this is a call to action for all Muslim communities all over the world to actually take some action, to stand up for Palestine, to approach these companies, these corporations complicit in genocide, because we are living in a world where unfortunately genocide has been normalized, the killing of children has been normalized, everything abnormal has been normalized through the concept of Zionism. So let's defeat Zionism. Let's defeat the funders of Zionism. Let's defeat the vehicles of Zionism. Let's fight against Zionism. And in order to do this successfully, we need to starve Zionism the way Zionism is starving Palestine. So let's block their trade routes. Let's stop their cash flow. Let's block their media. Let's try what we can do to expose Zionism for what Zionism truly is, to expose Israel for what Israel actually is. Free, free Palestine.
We will never let you die. We will never let you die.
I'm Ntando Kuzwayo. I'm the ward councillor for the Durban CBD, but also the chairperson of the ANC in the central Durban zone. I'm here in solidarity with the people of Palestine. As you know, it is ANC's position that we are in full support of the Palestinians who are being brutally murdered by Israel through this genocide, which is ethnic cleansing. We are strongly against it. As you know, we've been pushing our government to take Israel to court over this issue, and for the International Court of Criminal Court to prevail on Israel in this matter. And they have indeed found against Israel, and they found that Israel has transgressed many international laws and humanitarian laws. So we are here to show our support for the people of Palestine. We are also very angry that we've been seeing people receiving food from parachutes, which is a very dehumanizing manner of giving people food. But also, it's also putting their lives in danger. You know, some people have died through this process. So we really want Israel to end the occupation, and we want the international community to stand together with the people of Palestine, because Palestinians, like any other race in this world, they deserve to have their own nation, they have to have their own country, and to determine their own fate.
MSC, can't you see? Palestine will be free.
MSC, can't you see? Palestine will be free.